It's obviously going to be new to me, but I'm looking forward to it. I think, last, WBC, I was kind of on the fence of doing it and not doing it. And when I decided not to do it, watching the games, I kind of regretted I didn't do it. I think it's definitely a different, like you said, being getting ready for a regular season, a full season, and then, playing for nationally, it's going to be definitely different. But I'm looking forward to it. I think the change would be pretty cool. And, like I say, get to play with the guys that you don't get to play with, all the time. I played with Team USA when I was, I forget the year, but, when I was younger. So it was pretty cool to, have the USA across your chest, and you're playing for your country. A lot of people are going to be watching, the whole country, obviously. And, you got to represent them. First off, growing up, I think every little kid wanted to, emulate, Griffey's swing in the backyard or on the baseball field. Being one of the coaches, it's going to be cool. I'm going to get to pick his brain. Obviously we're here to win, but you get to, play with a lot of great people and meet a lot of great, former big leaguers. I get a front row seat every time he pitches when he's with us. So it's pretty nasty. And, every person I talk to that faces him, says they don't want to be in the box. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. He's one of my good friends, so it's going to be fun. I think we're going to be competing with a lot of teammates and a lot of people that you play against. So it's going to be a good time. The first one I reached out to was Bryce, because I knew, growing up, being, compared to each other and, just, both coming up through the system at the same time. I think, I thought that was pretty cool to be able to play with him. I told him, I said, look, this is a chance we get to play together. And, I think it'd be, a pretty cool moment. I think, ever since that, it was just, a lot of guys that, reached out, said, hey, I want to be part of this. And I think, everybody wants to be a part of this because it's gonna be something special. I think being able to represent Team USA and go out there and have the whole country behind you, it's gonna be pretty cool. Once he got the job, I think that phone call was, he's been a part of it, a bunch of times, so he knows how it is as a player. So I'm just really looking forward to it. I think he's got a really good mindset and he understands everything. And, there's nothing be better to, I think it's his first time managing as well. So I think that impression is gonna, your first impression is always the best. So we got to go out there and try to win it for him. So the whole main reason we're here is to win this thing. It's not, all the other stuff's great, being able to play with each other, get to know each other a little bit more. But there's only one thing on our mind, is trying to win this whole thing.